I just want everyone to know that I put deodorant and perfume on for this video. So I hope you can smell my freshness through this wonderful video that we are about to watch. That's about to happen. I don't know what's happening to me. What's up, guys? It's Tetona. Good morning! The f***, it's 4 o'clock? So much for that. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Thank you guys for subscribing, liking, sharing, whatever you guys are doing. I hope you guys are staying home, staying safe, staying healthy, staying sane, all of the above. I'm really sorry. I have an absurd amount of energy right now and I don't know why. Like, I'm actually sweating because I'm just bouncing around. I'm also probably sweating because I'm wearing a sweatshirt in my apartment in the summer with no AC on right now, but woo! It's really fucking hot. Oh my God. I feel like I accomplished a lot today. I woke up, that was an accomplishment. I woke up, I walked Chanel, I worked out. That is a huge accomplishment for me because motivating myself to work out is actually really hard. I didn't realize how much I would miss the gym and my workout buddies and my trainer, but I really do. Every time I work out, I feel like I accomplished something great. And so not being able to work out has been really tough. What else did I do? Oh, I also gave Chanel a bath today, which any dog owner knows it's kind of difficult. Anyways, jumping back into this video, well, I did a Q&A a while ago and a lot of people liked it, so I figured I would do another Q&A, but this specific video was inspired by a conversation with one of my really good friends, Jen McAllister, also very well known as Gen X Pen. We were on FaceTime and we were kind of talking about the world and the craziness and everything that's happening right now. And she was asking me what I'm doing to stay occupied, stay sane, and it kind of inspired me to do a specific Q&A based around the quarantine and kind of have the topic be the quarantine and what's happening right now. So I wanted to open up to you guys to ask me questions on Twitter, specifically having to do with this quarantine. And we're gonna answer those questions. Just had an amazing conversation with Jen McAllister about quarantine life and how we've been coping, and it inspired me to do another Q&A, but a Q&A revolving around these times and the world we're living in. So ask me quarantine questions for my next video. What ways have you dealt with quarantining alone or not being able to be around your family and friends? Were you ever lonely, and if so, how did you shake it? Yes, to answer the second part of the question, it has been very lonely at times. You know, when I am alone, it gets really difficult. And the way I've been trying to deal with it, I think just FaceTiming. I talk to my mom pretty much every day on the phone, through text. I FaceTime her every now and then. I FaceTime my dad, my friends. And every so often I do see my mom, but it's just, you know, we have to stand 6 feet apart and have our masks on, and it's sad. I really do miss hugging her. I know you touched on this a little bit on your IG interview, but what have you learned about yourself during this time? What are some things you would take away from this? I did talk about this in one of my interviews on IG Live, but I've been saying to my friends and family, you know, I want to exit this quarantine different than how I entered. And by that, I mean, I don't want to be a different person or anything, but I want to be a better version of myself. I feel like with this quarantine and, you know, having to be home all the time and having so much time to think and reflect, There are a lot of things that have come up for me that I have kind of suppressed or brushed under the rug, and I was able to distract myself from certain feelings or situations or you know, certain things that have popped up in my life, and I'm not able to do that right now. So I'm forced to kind of face those things. And I think by facing those things, I'm allowing myself to heal, and I'm allowing myself to fully move forward from certain things instead of continue to carry that weight around. Who's the person that has helped you the most during this time, or you have leaned on during this time? So the first person that pops into my head is my friend Angel. I literally talk to her almost every day. She's helped me deal with a lot during this quarantine. I've had a bunch of breakdowns talking to her. You know, she's helped me get through a lot, and I'm beyond thankful for her. Ooh, what type of food have you been cooking since being in quarantine? Let me tell you, Chef Tetona. Let's see, what have I been cooking in this quarantine? A lot of spaghetti bolognese. Yeah, you know, like I just regular meals, but I've been trying, you know, like here and there, switching up recipes, learning new things, turning into Salt Bae. But you guys, I found a recipe of a replica of an In-N-Out burger. When I tell you, this burger deadass tasted just like In-N-Out. I made a whole mess making it, but it was so worth it. It tasted so good, and I didn't have to sit in the line at In-N-Out, and it was, not saying In-N-Out's not fresh, but it was fresh. I saw myself cook it. I knew what I put into it. The In-N-Out burger was probably the most amazing thing I made. When the pandemic first happened, what were your thoughts and feelings? When the pandemic first happened, I don't want to say I didn't take it seriously, because I did take it seriously, but there was a part of me that was also like, it's not going to affect us. The US will be fine. LA will be fine, which was such an ignorant way to think. And I think I was thinking about, you know, all the other viruses that have affected overseas, but it never fully made its way to the US, and it never fully affected us the way it did them. So I think naturally I kind of thought, oh, this is just like that. I don't think it's going to affect us like that. Those were the thoughts that were running through my head when I first heard about coronavirus. And then when the quarantine first happened, I was fully on board with it, and I was like, you know, we got to do what we got to do to stay safe and stay healthy, and if it's spreading that rapidly, we got to shut it down. We got to take care of the world and ourselves and everything. But I didn't think it was gonna last this long. I think I just thought, all right, 2 weeks and everything will kind of go back to normal, and here we are now. What do you miss the most during this time? I touched on this earlier. I think one of the things I miss the most is being able to be around friends and family, and, you know, not have to stand 6 feet away or not be able to hug them and stuff, and just the little things that I kind of took for granted when things were normal. What are some things you've done to keep you from going crazy? I don't know if any of them succeeded, because I think I have officially lost my fucking mind. Honestly, I've just been trying to stay busy. Like I said, I've just been trying to stay self-motivated, try to stay creative, cook, just eating a lot. The refrigerator is my new best friend. The workout. I've been going on longer walks. Also, just a lot of TV. And then, of course, you know, FaceTime, friends, family.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I'm like thinking about the things that I've been doing, and it's like sad. Like, we can't really do anything. How do you stay creative during this time? Oof. I'm really glad someone asked me that. Honestly, speaking for myself, it's very, very difficult. One of the reasons why I wanted to do this video is because I see on social media and stuff, everyone kind of showing how creative they've been and what they've been up to and what they've been doing. And I think for people who see those things, it can get a little overwhelming. I have gone through so many ups and downs and feelings and emotions within myself of you're not doing enough. You should be doing more videos. You should be working on projects. You should be writing. You should, just be creative. And I think that mentality was starting to give me anxiety and starting to make me less motivated. And that pressure that I was putting on myself was really, really getting to me. And I think I just had to allow myself to realize, okay, this is a really weird time that we're living in right now. And no one really knows how to maneuver, and no one really knows how to deal with it. And there's no manual or there are no guidelines on how to deal with this quarantine and how to work through it. And we're all kind of learning as we go, and everyone is different. So there may be people out there that are pumping out content and staying creative and staying busy every single day. And I personally am just not one of those people. Not saying that I don't have creative days, I don't have creative moments, I don't have days that I'm very productive, but I also have days that I just am in my feelings. I don't want to do anything. And I had to allow my mind to realize that that is okay and to stop putting so much pressure on myself. And I think that has helped, and it's made me want to work even more and want to do more creative things because I stopped putting pressure on myself to do those things. Oh, this is a really, really good question. Have quarantine had any good or bad impact on your relationships or friendships? Yes, both. I've had friendships and relationships grow stronger throughout this quarantine, and I've had friendships kind of fade in this quarantine. And I think because I'm growing and learning more about myself, I'm assuming, everyone again is dealing with this quarantine differently, but there are certain friends that I don't talk to as much in this quarantine, and it's kind of made me realize more about our friendship and the bond that we had. And again, I've grown a lot closer to certain people in this quarantine. I think one of the things that I have to keep in mind, and everyone has to keep in mind again, is we're all different. Everyone's kind of trying to cope and deal with what we're going through in their own way. And what's good for you may not necessarily be good for me. The mindset that you're in may not necessarily be a good mindset for me. And we're all trying to figure it out. What will normal look like for you after this quarantine time is over? I don't fucking know. I mean, the dream is to go back to normal, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think there's going to be a new normal, and I won't really know what it's gonna look like until we start to kind of go back into the real world, if you will. But what I would like to incorporate into my normal from moving forward, I want to continue to grow as an individual. And I think the lessons that I have learned thus far, and hopefully continue to learn through this quarantine, about myself and about my life and just who I am, I would like to continue in my everyday life when this quarantine is over. Oh, best part about quarantining and the worst part. It was a struggle at first, but like I said, best part, I think, learning a lot about myself. It took a minute to kind of tap into everything, but learning more about myself and learning more about my loved ones as well. Just the give and take, and learning more about the people that I surround myself with, which has been phenomenal. And the worst part about quarantining is just not being able to see friends and family, and not being able to hug my mom or be around my mom and my dad and people that are really close to me. So that's probably been the worst part about quarantining. Has there been any books or podcasts that you've been reading or listening to? Do you have any favorite at-home workouts or meditation? What's your go-to quarantine playlist? Any new hobbies you would like to get into while you have free time? Woo! That is a long one. Books or podcasts? I'm ashamed to say no. If you guys have any suggestions and recommendations on podcasts, comment down below. Do you have any favorite at-home workouts or meditation? No. I'm sorry, I'm not answering these questions very well, but no, I don't. The meditation that I do right now is kind of my acting teacher. In the beginning of every class, he would have us meditate, and I kind of just pulled from what I remember from class, but I would love to find a guided meditation and start doing that because I feel like that would help me kind of get back into the groove of things. At home workouts, no, I don't. It sucks because a lot of the workouts I was doing with my trainer involve equipment that I don't have access to right now because everything is closed. So, what's your go-to quarantine playlist? I'm all over the place, dude. Honestly, I've just been listening to a lot of Jhené Aiko's album and just kind of just whatever like is new that's out. I don't have a playlist for the quarantine. Sorry. Last one. Any new hobbies you would like to get into while you have free time? Decorating, so I can decorate my new apartment nicer than this one because this one was a bust. Maybe learn how to do my own nails because whoo, it's bad. Anyways, that is the end of this video. I tried really hard to answer the questions the best I could. Some of them were really difficult, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like my videos, make sure to subscribe, like, and share, and I will be back soon with another video. Don't be too hard on yourself. Enjoy this time to learn about yourself, and please stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane, all of the above. I will be back soon with another video. Bye! Ah! Has anyone else lost their mind in this quarantine? Like,